Thangminlal, you saw the visuals. You saw Rahul Gandhi's attempt to talk. You saw Rahul Gandhi talking to that young boy. Uh, Rahul Gandhi has reached there, and he is on his way to Churachandpur. He will start for Churachandpur, where he's going to meet cookie CSOs. What is the set of demand? If you have any access or idea about the kind of conversation Rahul Gandhi will be having with those cookie CSOs, if you can share with our audience here, Thangmin Lal.
Okay, thank you, Brijesh ji. Before I come to this question, please allow me to briefly, complete my earlier says. Please listen out. There was an allegation of how the attack in Suknu happened, and I said there was a cookie guy who was compelled to burn a Meitei house, and eventually he was beaten black and blue by the cookie themselves, saying that there was a peace accord sign and you cannot break it. Now, why was this person reacting? It was because the village in Suknu area itself, Aihang, by the name Aihang village, is cookie village of cookie minister, Mr. Uh, Led Khopao, Minister Led Pao Haokip, who is the minister in the present government. His village was burned down in Sugnu area, despite the peace accord. So this fellow reacted, and somehow he was bitten black and blue, and he's now getting treatment in Churachandpur Medical Hospital. Now, so you cannot allege that the cookies break the peace accord. It was the Meiteis, the valley mobs, who broke the peace accord and started the attack. Now, and secondly, we have allegations in Imphal, the cookies, a handful of them somebody trying to burn, and you gave the names also. And there was this news circulated, and then we're trying to identify who actually is. And actually, in actuality, the local people claim that there was no individual with that name ever existed in that area. So this kind of false allegation, false news spread by the valley media and the people themselves has, eroded the trust issue, the trust of the communities, between the communities, and also the trust on the part of on the government, be it the civil societies who are propagating peace today. And you're talking about Sekmai, and how the army officers were involved. You find those kind of teens, food which are lying scattered, and all those things. Now, these are allegations. You don't see an army officer having food with, so to say, the cookie volunteers. And whatever be the cases, the allegations based without proof, and trying to propagate that to be true. And when you say that again and again, it becomes to be true. And that's how, you try and cement that idea, that false allegation, to be true in the minds of others. And that's how eventually the trust issue broke. And that's how the valley mobs began to react to those kind of allegations, which is false. Now, the more bigger issue to be talked about is, the 12 terrorists that were apprehended by the Indian Army. Respect the Indian Army and the contribution towards the nation. My own brother-in-law is in the Indian Army, and his family has fled to Delhi, and I'm trying my best to take care of them. Now he's an officer in the Army serving in Jammu and Kashmir, and he's really worried about his family. Now, uh, when the very common people, the civilians, be it the insurgent groups in the valley, having mistrust with the Indian Army, who is by far the most unbiased organization in India, I think there is a huge problem. Now, 12 terrorists apprehended. They are not insurgents, by the way. They belong to Kanglei Yawol Kana Loop. KYKL is a terrorist organization in Manipur, separatists who are spearheading a separatist movement. And 12 terrorists apprehended, yet there was no action taken from the government. Instead, they used the Mera Pibis as a shield, and that's how they cover up the entire story. So there are bigger pictures to talk about, which are more, which would be more, what is that? Which would be more threatening, the integrity of the state. Yet you're trying to pinpoint on the role of the Indian Army without any proofs is a fallacy. Now, coming to the end, you talk about all these things. We have seen how in 2020, 21, when Colonel Tripathi was attacked by the military, See, all these things happening, I don't want to go also bringing this kind of false allegations, spreading false news. It is very sad. Now, coming back to your present question on Rahul Gandhi, I feel Rahul Gandhi is, a man beyond politics. Now, many people criticize the role of Rahul Gandhi. At the same time, the charisma of Rahul Gandhi at times is put to question. People saying that he should be a social activist rather than, a politician. But I believe that he's an Indian leader who's able to connect to the hearts and minds of the Indian masses, be it people in the top ranks, be those in politics, be it people at lowest rungs of the society. So for a heterogeneous society like India, we need a leader who is able to connect into the hearts and minds of the people. Not just we're not trying to politicize this. I'm not a spokesperson of the Congress either, but all I'm saying is I see this man who's young and dynamic is able to given a chance. I believe that he'll be able to earn the trust of the warring communities in Manipur. And in fact, if which is likely not to which likely may not happen, but if the government of Manipur, or be it the central government, the BJP government, can imagine, Rahul Gandhi acting as a bridge between these two communities, I feel like there is a possibility of dialogue even. No, that's the kind of image that as a citizen of India, I view Rahul Gandhi on. So his visit today is significant. Like I said, although it may be significant, this is symbolic in nature. Let us not politicize this. And it can also be, like I said, a message sent to the center. At the same time, his visit today is symbolic in nature. Why? Because at the end of the day, uh, at the end of the day, solutions is to come from the center. Solution has to proceed from the center government, the ruling government. Now, to end with, I'd like to cite three things. One is the immediate solution, immediate step that can be taken. One is the intermediate, and another is the long-term solution. First, immediate solution. The visit of Rahul Gandhi is significant, definitely, but the immediate solution would be to implement president's rule. Now, implement president's rule, and things will subside. Allow the army to do combing operation without any hindrance. Secondly, initiate a dialogue. Initiate a dialogue. Remove the chief minister and initiate a dialogue. That's the demand of the Kuki community, the Kuki civil societies. For a very long time, they have been demanding remove the chief minister and talk it out. Dialogue. Start a
Well,
dialogue. And
I
for
would
the long-term solution,
I would come
which is
back
the
to
good
you.
for the
I will
Kuki
I will
communities and for the people of the Meitei communities and for all the people, is to ensure that separate administration is given to the Kukis once and for all, and put this violence to rest.
Ranjana, I would like to know from you, how important is this visit as we are talking? How important is this visit? Do you think it is going to change anything substantially on the ground?
Yeah, the visit is really important, but I don't want to get my hopes high now and later on regret if nothing happens. Right? What I want is, I wish ki Rahul Gandhi see the real, like, ground reality. He sees the real problem, not only the Meitei communities but both the communities, like the Cookies, what kind of problems they are facing. I wish that he is able to see it, and then later on he brings out, after checking everything, like bring out a concrete solution or an idea on the table, so that we can bring peace and harmony back in Manipur. Also, I just wanted to point out something about what Thangmilan has mentioned about Arambai Tengol. So Arambai Tengol, they has been tagging them as a militant group or the insurgents group, but they are not. They are a cultural organization. So when the violence erupted, they were the first, they were the first one who went on helping the Meiteis escaping, or escaping from the violence locations. So in between, the process of that, helping out their own people, they got involved in violence. Like they started attacking, they retaliated. It doesn't mean that that doesn't mean them it doesn't mean that they are the militants group, the Arambai Bengal. They are only trying to help the people. So the Kuki communities tagging them as a militant group is completely wrong, which is not required, and they should understand it. And then every time, from the time the conflict or the violence started till now, till today, they have been always pointing out Arambai Tengol as a militant group or insurgent group, which is completely wrong. I would request them to please stop misusing their organization in and terming them as a militants group. That is one point that I would like to put across.
Dr. Rajesh, you saw these visuals, of Rahul Gandhi sitting, and then from there he will start off to Churachandpur by road. He's going to meet Kuki CSOs. How do you describe the fact that after coming, he's first going to Churachandpur, he'll be talking to Kuki CSOs. You heard what Thangminlal has to say. By the way, I mean, he also said that he has a great amount of respect for you as you were his senior, and it's really heartening to see this kind of remark from both sides, especially in this deeply divisive time which we are witnessing in Manipur. How do you react to the entire situation, Dr. Rajesh?
Yeah, I think you rightly said, and Brother Thangmilan is my junior, and we have a lot of discussion and we never know that we will be sitting and discussing in this manner. But since the violence has is already occurring, and then we are actually forced to, discuss in the manner. But of course, we hope that that peaceful will come, and then we'll sit together, irrespective of all the communities, and that's one. Another thing, you as your first questions about Rahul Gandhi, yes, I think his presence will actually give a lot of hope, and with his leadership in the larger the opposition group and other, because India is a parliamentary form of democracy, and the opposition party have a lot of role and other, and we all the parties should not politicize of any of the visit from any political party, and his presence, his actually getting assessment from the ground, from the Churachandpur, from Imphal and other, would really help him to understand, and also that will help to take a very reasonable decision, so that actually will help to bring peace in Manipur. Mr. Sudhakar has already said three important points about the external factors of this violence. The 3 points he has mentioned about the checking and then the reviewing of those parameters about how the border communities have been allowed to go, within the 16 kilometers of range without any visa and other, and many things. Those things needs to be actually rechecked and again. He also mentioned about the most important thing about the Golden Triangle, the shifting of the Golden Triangle from these 3 countries, Laos, Cambodia, and Thailand, that actually shifted to the many of Nagaland and Imphal in Manipur, and in all these hill districts, as you know, that Manipur is a hill state, and 92% of the land belongs to the hills. And the last reports, the government reports, nearly 16,000 acres of poppy plantation have been dismantled, and out of these 16,000 poppy plantations, cultivating hills, nearly 30,000 square kilometers have been under the Kuki dominated area, and others, even in as far as the arrest data of concern, nearly 1,200 people have been arrested from the Muslims, the Bengal, and then nearly 800 people were belong to the Kuki tribes, and 335 approximately would be belong to the Meitei. So it actually shows that the everyone, many communities are also affected, and even the fight against the drugs and these poppy plantations should not be communalized, and we will not allow actually to targeting any of the community, as the many Kukis are actually propagating that the cookies are being leveled as a drug, smuggler, or that we will never allow this to happen. And we have never said, even in the Meitei and many other civil society are also saying that this poppy plantation in hills is actually endangered our biodiversities of the hills, and it will affect both the communities of Meitei, Kuki, and Nagas, and is happening because even 2-3 major rivers have been dying in Imphal. The Imphal River and even Irul River are completely dying even in this monsoon time, because most of this catchment area in the hills, the forest area have been destroyed because of this poppy plantation and other. And if you look at in the Kovru range, in that area, it's completely burned down. And actually, not only looking from this forest, a poppy plantation, I will also give you a very important, a very secret, the belief of the Meiteis. Like the Kovru has been considered and has been actually believed as a secret place of both many communities. But the Meitei believe that the Kovru, we were the first one actually who came down from the Kovru, because the Imphal was under the water from 1,000 years before. And before that, we were first in the Kovru, and then the Kovru got, and the whole Kovru range has been a big forest. 25 years before I came to Delhi, because I came in Delhi in 1999, 23 years down the line. Before 25 years ago, that Kovru Hills was full of forests. And we were told that even white elephant and tiger, all kind of the forest, and then wild animal was there. But but we are heartbroken that when I see that the whole Kovru range was completely burned down for the poppy plantation. And we also believe that this burning is actually burning to the Meitei, especially the Meitei heart. And we are not communalizing it, but the government, and the central government, the armed forces, the Assam Rifles are already there in these places. But why the state forces, why the Assam Rifle, all these narcotic groups, and they allowing to burn down this hill range? It's actually a very, very sensitive places. And actually burning. So I'm actually trying to connect with this how this poppy plantation issue become a big issue for all of us, and we should not communalize the trying to actually restore the biodiversities in the hills areas. And again, of course, we have been told that many of the Kuki church, the pastors, and many civil society, they are also against this poppy plantation, but they have been deeply marginalized by the drug cartels, because they have gun, they have power, they have political institutions. So the original people have been marginalized, their voice are not been heard, and the drug cartels are actually doing whatever they want.
Drug cartels are having a field.
Actually happening.